So, Diana, I want to get your thoughts on the weight loss drugs. Obviously, the perhaps pure play way to do this is to buy the pharmaceutical companies that manufacture the drugs. At the same time, you have to look at their pipelines and their valuations. So, curious in terms of how you are investing in it. But also, what do you think the effects are? What do you think it means for volumes of food consumed? And some people would say it has no impact, just like all the previous diets, like Atkins in the past or what have you. And you can continue to own those consumer staples companies that make the chips, etc. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, that's a great question, and there was actually an article today where the CEO of Novo Nordisk was quoted as saying that he's been approached by the food companies asking him about the product, how it's working, how fast it's working, that sort of thing. So clearly, these food companies are doing their research right now. I'm sure they did their research when all these different diets came up, to your point, when the world became healthier, um, to eat healthier, maybe 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't as big. Um, I think that they adjust um, over long term. And also, we're going to have to see. There is also, weight loss is not just to look good. Weight loss in America is very important to the health of the population as a collective is a little bit heavier than they should be. But there is also companies, you look at the full pipeline. Lilly, for example, has Alzheimer's as well.
Eli
And
Lilly,
so
yeah.
Eli Lilly has promising pipeline in the Alzheimer's side as well. This is a company, we were talking about valuation. Their revenue is about $28 billion. Alzheimer could be 5 to 10, and weight loss could add tens of billions of revenue. So we're looking at a 5-year ramp in growth and revenue that is huge. Um, I think the food industry will have to see whether it's going to be impacted a lot. I don't
Hmm.
think so. I think people will shift their eating habits. It's always going to be there. A lot of other things affect the food industry and the staple companies, and they'll adjust their economics.
Right. Well, and part of the thought too, though, with respect to these weight loss drugs, is they're very expensive, and it does so. In other words, not everybody will have access to it. But
Right.
when you look at anything in the past and with drugs and the potential for generics, and if it is good for society, I have to believe that it will be more readily available.
It will take many, many years for that, I'm
Okay.
sure, before it
Okay.
becomes as readily available. You're right. It's in the thousands. It's like over $1,000 a month in the States. It's cheaper here. It's about $300 a month here.
Hmm.
Mounjaro is about
Subsidized, I
three hundred
suppose.
dollars a month.
Pardon?
It's about three hundred
Yeah.
dollars a month here to take
Okay.
one of these
Got
drugs.
it.
So it is, to your point, it is expensive, but we're not talking about the market of the wannabe thin. We talk about the market of the have to lose weight,
Hmm.
or should lose weight for your health. It could be
Yeah.
a prescribed drug for it. It's not covered if it's for cosmetic reasons. It's more covered if it is for diabetes, for example. It's covered.
Right. Understood. So that's one of the longer term themes that you're looking at
Yeah,
for the next 3 years. And again, I love looking at longer term. I think that's how you really capture um, capital gains, upside, making money. So when we come back, though, I want to get your take a little bit on the energy sector. Because it's been a huge win for people who've been invested. Full disclosure, I went long energy probably back in 2018 when it was so unloved. and quite frankly vilified, is people thought that this transition, this energy transition, was going to take only a couple of years. And I think so many of these large cap companies, the majors and other people as well, and CEOs are saying, look, it's going to take a long time and a lot of investment. So we'll pick it up, the energy sector, on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
That's good.